This is the Iowa Weather Report for Saturday, April 19th, 2014. And now our first look at the Zero-Z GFS model run. This is at 1 p.m. this afternoon. We have a system coming out of the Gulf moving up the eastern seaboard. Another system moving across the prairie provinces of Canada into Manitoba and Western Ontario. This is going to be with a frontal system that could come down and spark an isolated thunderstorm in our northwestern counties later this afternoon. Otherwise, it's going to be mainly sunny with highs in the 60s and lower to middle 70s across the state. Well, that front is going to ease in here later tonight and into Easter Sunday. It's looking like the best chances for any rainfall during sunrise services would be over the northern and western counties, whereas in the afternoon, the rest of the state could get in on the action with highs still remaining in the 60s and 70s. And then on Monday, you could see some lingering activity, especially along and east of Interstate 35 during the morning and into the early afternoon hours. Highs will generally be in the 60s or so. Doesn't really cool off going into Tuesday. Temperatures remaining still pretty much in the 60s to lower 70s across the state, with the frontal system now to the east along the eastern Great Lakes down into the south. But it's this next storm system that's coming in here Wednesday and even into Thursday. The severe weather threat is looking a little more minimal at this point, at least in the state, at least with these couple of runs. You can see some shower and thunderstorm threats even here on Wednesday and then again on Thursday. And then the low pressure center would be north of the state. We'd get dry slotted here Thursday night and into Friday as the storm system really takes shape to the east. You can see that here with the showers and thunderstorms here on Friday from Michigan down into Arkansas or so, and we'll only see some backwash clouds or maybe some sprinkles with highs back into the 50s and 60s. And then a week from today, next Saturday, that system is now, the trough axis is over the eastern Great Lakes. Now they're coming into the west around the Nevada and California. We'll be in the middle. We'll have the winds starting to turn around back to the south. We'll have highs in the 60s and lower 70s again. Could be a chilly morning Sunday or Saturday morning, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Any rain would be to the east and west. Then going into the extended period, this is April 30th. We have a trough in the east, a trough in the west, and a ridge kind of poking itself up in the middle. It's an omega block pattern where we have a system over the east that isn't moving. The system in the west can't move, so storms are now stuck in place. But we're in between and we're dry and warm, highs in the 70s more than likely, if this is to be correct. And then at the end of the forecast on May 3rd, it looks like it starts to break down. You can see the ridge is starting to move to the east. Storm system is coming in from the west. Still have one off the mid-Atlantic coast. And with that, we could see some interesting weather, maybe some showers and thunderstorms coming in with the next system, but the Gulf doesn't look to be opened up at this point, so any rainfall, if this is to be right, looks to be fairly minimal at this point, but this could change. Satellite image from last evening, we had a storm moving up the eastern seaboard, taking some rain showers and a couple of embedded thunderstorms with it. The next storm with a couple of mid and high-level clouds moving into the west, and some clouds streaming in from the Pacific as well. Watch warning map from last evening was dead quiet. Some flood warnings or flood watches and flash flood warnings in downstate South Carolina, a winter weather advisory in northern Minnesota, and some wind advisories in the plains. The QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days. This goes through Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock. Some decent rains over the Carolinas. Most of the rain you see in the state, up to 1.5 inches, is going to be with the storm this coming week in the midweek, with lighter amounts this weekend.